Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Sagittarius reading. The full moon is a culmination of energies following the solar eclipse in April and the lunar eclipse in March. So there is a real buildup of energy that is focusing a lot of attention on the way that we exist in love and money relationships, so all exchanges of energy, and on Jupiter, the way that we enjoy, amplify the good things in our lives, the way that we pursue our pleasures with gusto. I want to remind you that these are general readings. There is no way that they can possibly resonate for all of you. And I do personal readings. The information for that is in the description box below. For those of you seeking personal readings, I want to also advise you that when you have a clear question or concern and you can share a context around that concern, it can improve the quality of the reading tremendously. The richest readings are those where I don't have to guess at what someone wants to know or someone needs to know. It actually frees me up to tap into the energy that will be helpful regarding your specific concerns. It doesn't mean that other information can't come in. It simply means I'm not spending a lot of time casting about wondering what would be useful to you. So that's my spiel. Thank you to all of you who are here now. I appreciate your presence and all the support and love that you give to me. So, Leo, your overall energy for this full moon is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is really about your recognizing that much of the feedback or some of the notice that you receive around your efforts is negative, feels like resistance to your ideas. Your proposals, your good ideas seem to get some blowback. A lot of that blowback that seems overwhelming to you is really simply haters. And this is something by now you should be expecting when you have a powerful idea or a powerful presentation. You're asking for help. You're opening yourself up to whatever information you receive, no matter how negative it is. What this is saying is that you are no longer at a place where you internalize the things that other people say about you. If people dismiss your ideas and think that you're not good at that and whatever, you are now understanding that you are able to pick your battles. You're able to take in the information for whatever value it may have and strategize where you're going to put your energy and where you're deciding to put your energy when you put this feedback, this resistance aside, is that you are deserving and worthy of assistance, and that if the assistance doesn't come from here, it will come from somewhere else. But you're not letting this stop you. In the past, this might have stopped you. You might have gotten all in your feels about the things people said, even though you knew it wasn't true, and then that goes on and creates a life of its own where essentially you have stopped yourself from pursuing something that was aligned with you. And you're not doing that anymore. You're understanding. It's taken a lot of soul searching and courage to face this and see it as sabotage. And the 10th house, your social identity, the Lord of Jades, this is the King of Jades, of Pentacles, and this is really in contradiction to not only resistance, but this is why there are people that are resistant to you. When you appear so powerful, so in control, so masterful at securing what is best for you, what feeds your bottom line, taking care of business, being secure in your gifts, your talents, your effort. This is what can trigger a lot of people that are envious, jealous, don't understand you, don't understand why you don't want the things they want or how you got something you have. You're putting all of that aside. This is you standing in your power to create the comfort in your life, to pursue the achievement that you know you're deserving of. And no one will stop you. In the first house, the Ace of Cups. This couldn't be a better card for not only healing the wounds of this kind of resistance that you've undoubtedly had in the past, others thinking negatively of you, envious of you on the basis of something you can't control, being intelligent, being beautiful, being smart, being strong, being good social skills. Many people are uncomfortable with how powerful you are. And you are now understanding that that really is something that you have healed, giving any credence to this, internalizing it at any level, even if it is superficially just casting it off and ignoring it. There's a way that this has dug deeply into your sense of inadequacy, and you're healing that now. You're healing that by standing in what you know to be true about you, applying the effort, doing the work, not resting on the way you look or the fact that you were in the honor society, but really doing the work at every opportunity to create change, to achieve what it is you value. And the fourth house, your home, your soul, your foundation. The Warrior of Cups is the Knight of Cups. This is a tremendous openness. And with the Ace of Cups here, I see you as really opening up your heart to your talents, to your gifts, the possibility that you could gain stability, security by exercising your talents. This is really something that you are teaching yourself. This really goes against the way that you were trained to believe it was supposed to be. However that looked to you, and your efforts to be that for yourself have been rubbing up against this idea that what you do best, your many skills, and I absolutely know, Leo, that many of you are incredibly gifted socially. You have people skills, unbelievable. You have the ability, like Sagittarius, to make people feel special, to talk to people as individuals, to honor their greatest desires, and to satisfy that with your interest, your concern, your nurturance, your warmth. So this is something that you can build from, that can actually create stability for you. But really believing in that is something you're working on. Believing in your talents, your authentic expression, who you are, is something you're working on. And it's quite a labor for you. In the seventh house of your significant others, the Six of Jades. This is about working everything out so that it's fair in your relationships, so that you are very explicit in all of your agreements in your relationships about who gets what and who gives what. Part of this is as a natural caregiver, because of your strength, because of your joy and your ability to bring joy to people, to groups of people, to bring the sun. You are naturally a provider, a cheerleader, someone who uplifts others. But you're making sure now that some of that care, some of that attention, some of that nurturance comes back to you. You're really working on receiving love, not just giving it out, but receiving it. And this is what's healing you. And if there's nobody to give you that love, you know You are more than capable of giving it to yourself. And that's where it begins. Wow. I'm going to pull a card and hope that this reading is resonating for you, Leo. If so, please like this video, share this with others. Comment below if it's appropriate, if you are so moved, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I've pulled Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And we know that's true because the King of Pentacles, among other cards, is all about your work ethic, which is phenomenal, I might add. But your heart has to be engaged. And I don't think that that's been your custom until perhaps recently. And I pulled Listen to the Call. Spirit is singing sweet words of wisdom. Be still and listen. You're being protected right now. Your spirits are attempting to assist you, to lift you up, to restore a sense of belief in who you are. The Ace of Cups in the first house is clarified by Judgment in the second house and Four of Wands in the third. Wow. This almost feels as though there is a significant relationship that you have experienced in the past. It may not have been a relationship or a clear opportunity that ever got off the ground. This may have been a passing, a brief interlude where you recognize the alignment with your higher self in an opportunity or a relationship. That relationship very likely was not successful, and you may have had this experience more than once. But the possibility that it is coming around again, only this time, both you and the other value making this a success. And that wasn't valued before. The longevity was not something that you recognized as valuable. You recognize the provision of love, the security of a relationship, if this is about a relationship, but you did not recognize the amount of work that was required on both halves, on both sides, so that both of you are now able to change and adjust to the requirements of this relationship, this opportunity, this job in a way that you were not before, knowing this time that you can be successful at it. The reason I'm talking about this in terms of a relationship is because of the Four of Wands, that is about you joining with another similarly aligned and enlightened individual, someone who has goals of their own and who respects and honors that you have goals for yourself. Your joining together means that you're creating opportunities not only to grow and expand your entire circle or community, but to build that as something lasting. This is a foundation for growth and abundance. It isn't the gaining of abundance. The abundance that you seek, the vision that you both share, the respect you have for the goals of each other is something that must be worked at. Something that has to be an ongoing process of learning, adjusting, changing, and trusting that you know what's best for you and the other person knows what's best for them. The Warrior of Cups in the fourth house is clarified by the Knight of Cups in the fifth house and the Seven of Wands in the sixth house. So here you are again, very open to, your heart is open. You're getting double cards here, and this is happening for the fire signs a lot. This is beautiful. You're open not only to welcoming love, welcoming reward into your home, into your base, validating yourself, healing yourself, knowing that you can be there for you. But you're also doing this in your relationships, particularly in your relationships with your children, your friends, grandchildren, young people that are a part of your joy, your pleasure in life. You're opening up to that part. You're showing them that how pleasure is sought in a way that is safe, that honors themselves, that respects their talents and gifts. You're also, at the same time that you're open to your loved ones, particularly for creative work or creative play. This shows me that you know how to make work fun. You know how to be creative at work. These are incredible skills and talents. But you also are clearly making space in your life for you to liberate yourself to do what you do best, to work from a place of your strength so that you are honoring your gifts in that way. You are saying no. You're setting very clear boundaries when things don't work out for you. And this is to your credit. This can be defensive because you kind of know and are protecting what you have, and you're not allowing others to impose or encroach on that unnecessarily. This is particularly relevant for whatever work you do, where you know what you do well and you're making it clear you're negotiating that at every opportunity to allow yourself to be free to work at what you do best. In the seventh house, the Six of Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of Swords in the eighth house and the Seven of Swords in the ninth house. The Seven of Swords is also repeated here. You are moving away from a situation, particularly a relationship or set of relationships that does not work for you. There is no judgment on your part. You simply feel unheard or unseen in this relationship or among this group of people. This is significant. This can be family members, this can be in-laws, this can be friends, but you recognize that this is not a place where you can contribute to solutions. And instead, you're really looking to relieve yourself of the anxiety. You are recovering. You are moving towards your healing so that you can find acceptance, peace as a result of accepting that this relationship or situation existed for a reason, that something was accomplished, but now it's time for you to accept it and move on. Its time is over. The Seven of Swords again is showing where any desire for change, any growth that you're experiencing meets with resistance. And a lot of times that resistance is from others outside of you, others that don't understand your ideas or see you as a comer on the stage and are instantly competitive, jealous, want to elbow you out of the room. And this is it's just a picture I'm getting about the kind of resistance you're experiencing and why you are edging towards a leadership role that makes others who feel more capable or likely to feel anxiety, to feel fear, to dislike your presentation, to take petty shots at you, unconstructive criticism, gossip, that kind of thing. I always would want to think that this is something that you come to get used to, but I know that this is nothing that you ever get used to. No one ever expects that friends, sometimes colleagues you've worked productively with, family members are not happy when you're moving towards your power and your success. But that, unfortunately, is the way it is sometimes. And you are clear as you are learning to give impact yourself, fill yourself up with your right to be who you are, that this is not to be tolerated. You can simply take the information that might be useful and tuck it away for a later day. You're going to pull away from any confrontation in a situation like this so that you can come back when you are suitably armored up and do battle as necessary. Kind of trying to be funny, but not really. The 10th house, Lord of Jades, is clarified by the Ace of Wands in the 11th house and the Two of Swords in the 12th house. Yeah, this is an opportunity for something new. You have two aces here. Not only are you feeding yourself with this sense of love, nurturance, paying attention to your needs, figuring out what you want in any situation that has been difficult for you. There are a lot of things that are expected of you. There are a lot of shoulds that you hear in your own head about the way things could be, should be. You're trying to release yourself from that, and you are taking up any opportunity to learn, to grow. Something tells me you're joining new associations, tribes, or groups that share your goals, that are affiliated either with a professional practice or an aspiration to learn or try new things. This can be about seeking more education or training, I should say. Education feels a little loaded right now for you. The Two of Swords finally is indicating that you are at a crossroads of sort, and you have a decision to make, and you know the way that is best to go. You intuitively know what you could do, the way best forward for you. But it is not the easy way. It's not the thing that others expect of you. It would surprise others. It would surprise you, but you know it's the best way forward. You know what that is. I can't tell you what that is. It has to do with gaining more information, learning more about any offer that's made to you, to keep asking questions, to stay in conversation, to stay in negotiation, to not assume that something that comes to you and looks one way needs to be that way, that you have to make a decision based on what you see. Not at all. You keep asking questions. You're curious. If this is possible, what about if this were possible? Could I add on that? Could I, instead of that, do this? That's all within your power. And that's part of shaping the opportunities for growth, the way that you become secure in the world, stabilize yourself, build your abundance, is necessarily has to fit itself around what you do well, your talents, the things you desire. I'm going to pull a Yogic Path Oracle and hope that this reading has been helpful to you. There's a lot of energy in the air, and I must admit that I'm kind of stumbling a bit, just managing all of this. And I pulled Anahata, the heart chakra. I love this. Sagittarius got this also. And Anahata, I can just find the right page number. Your heart has opened its chambers to new possibilities, and the light is coming through to soothe its once dark corners. This love heals all and allows you to see all people for their greatest potential, including yourself. By putting down your armor, you are truly able to use the intelligence of your heart, which will always guide you in the right direction. Trust the journey of the heart. It may not always make sense to the mind, but it is aware of possibilities the mind cannot yet envision. When you truly live a heart-centered life, there is nothing left to fear. meditate on the color green, and practice heart-opening yoga poses to aid the journey. Thank you so much, Leo. Until next time, namaste.